What's going on, guys? Unknown Player here, and today we've got a bunch of awesome things to take a look at and discuss, and also I've got a really cool surprise to show you at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around till the end. But let's start off with some new exotics. This is some gameplay from Hardcore Gamer, who is part of the media that uploaded some new EDZ gameplay. Now in this footage we can see a couple of new exotic Warlock helmets. The one on the right I covered in yesterday's video, it's called the Eye of Another World, but the one on the left is definitely new. This one looks like a crown, or like a very cool design. Looks a bit like Crota's head almost, but even more spiky. It's kind of hard to see exactly what's going on because it's quite low resolution and far away, but the face almost looks bandaged up with these white cloths, but those are two cool exotic armor pieces. Now, next up, we have a very interesting weapon that's been all over Reddit today. A lot of discussion about this thing. This was discovered by a Reddit user called NFS Gaming, so credit to them. But with an Osiris-themed pulse rifle, which seems to be exotic. You notice the reticle is actually the Eye of Osiris, and below that is the Scarab, which we'll talk about. That's got a very interesting feature. On top of that, the weapon is also, of course, covered in gold with the Egyptian wings everywhere. It's definitely related to Osiris. Now, a lot of people do think this will be exotic, but some people think it could just be a legendary pulse rifle from the Trials of Osiris set that could be in Destiny 2. Let me know which of those you think, but I personally am fairly sure this isn't going to be a legendary Trials of Osiris weapon, and I still think it's going to be Trials of the Nine, not Osiris. But focusing on the weapon itself and why I think this could be exotic, if you look at the silhouette on the heads-up display down there, it has a unique outline, which you only see on exotic weapons. If we look at this black legendary pulse rifle, you've got a generic image of a pulse rifle. You've got the Vanguard one, also the same outline. This pulse rifle we've seen before, the same one. A blue pulse rifle is the same thing. This Omlon pulse rifle, again, the same thing. So all pulses have the same outline, which is the generic pulse rifle one. However, if you take this exotic, the Graviton Lance, this is the only one to have its own unique outline because it's exotic, of course. The little silhouette is exactly how the weapon looks. But now this Osiris weapon also has its own image down there. So I feel like this is pretty reliable evidence of this being exotic because it does have its own picture. Now, something else pretty unique about this weapon is that it shoots in bursts of 5. That's right, 5-round burst pulse rifle. I don't think we've ever seen that before in Destiny, but it also has a magazine size of 50, which is really enormous. Now, if you look at the clip, it seems to have some kind of damage increasing perk as well. This Dreg, it does 16 to the body and 43 to the head, and then after the kill, it increases to 19 to the body and 52 to the head to a Dreg right next to him. So, it isn't really a groundbreaking perk. It seems to be Crowd Control or the Rampage perk, a similar one in Destiny 2. But something else I figured out, which I think does make this weapon exotic and could be its exotic perk, is that if you look at the Scarab logo just below the reticle, when you get kills, the gold lines turn red or pink, and it basically fills up the bar. It's almost like a meter on the weapon. The more kills you get, the more the meter fills up. But now in this shot, the very beginning of it, we can't see what happened before this, but the circle is nearly full, so it's actually filling up the bar even more, and I'm definitely willing to bet that when you fill this bar up, something happens, the exotic perk kicks in. I don't think it's anything related to the damage increasing perk I mentioned a second ago, because the damage to the head seems to cap at 52, no matter how full the bar is, it's always capping at 52 in this gameplay, but I'm pretty sure something is going to happen or activate when you fill this bar up and get the most amount of kills. So seeing all of this, this is why I do think this is going to be an exotic. There is no way a legendary shoots in bursts of 5, also has its own unique picture, is covered in gold and all this cool stuff, and also has a meter that fills up with kills. This weapon is way too unique to be a legendary or just part of a normal set. Now, onto the topic of Trials of Osiris. Again, I want to bring up that topic of the original leak that I first covered months ago. One by one, every single thing this person has said was correct. Not one word was slightly wrong or inaccurate in any way. So wherever they got the information from, it was definitely spot on. Now, one of the things that we were unsure about was if the Taken King subclasses would return. That was something the leaker said. They said the Night Stalker, Sunbreaker, and Stormcaller are in Destiny 2, but now we know since a couple of days ago that's also confirmed. So the only thing left on this list to be confirmed is Trials of the Nine, and I personally find it really unlikely that this leaker got everything correct but will be wrong about Trials of the Nine. So I still think Trials of the Nine will be the new mode, and this gold weapon is simply an exotic themed off of Osiris. But of course, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. So on the topic of Trials, it was actually mentioned very briefly in Hawthorne's inventory. So Bungie showed this off during Gamescom, and you can see a clan banner. This is that final item on the bottom of your right inventory, so right under your armor. Clan banners are basically replacing artifacts in Destiny 1, so this is what you get right below your class item. So this thing has a bunch of perks in it, which actually sound really cool. So it says, this is the battle standard for your clan. As your clan levels up, the banner also unlocks with clan perks each season. So it seems that each season, whatever constitutes a season, we're still not sure, but each season you're going to get new perks unlocked, and it's basically going to add to this list of things that are constantly working for you, basically earning you more rewards and getting you more stuff from activities you'll do anyway. So these like passive perks will always be getting you more stuff. So the first one is gain additional Glimmer when looting engrams. Sounds pretty decent. That was a perk on ghost shells, so it's going to be good to have that kind of permanently. There's also increased public event rewards, which sounds definitely very cool. Improves rewards from eliminating Cabal enemies, which is definitely going to be quite a lot. There's also increased the chance of receiving reputation tokens when completing nightfalls, raids, and trials. So once again, they're keeping very consistent. They're still yet to slip up and ever mention the word trials in the 9 or call it trials as Osiris. So it's still just being called trials. And every single time a Bungie dev has ever referred to it, they've only called it trials, never Trials of Osiris or the 9. So it kind of does suggest the name might have changed slightly. And the final perk is increased chance of receiving an engram when completing playlist activities with a clan member. So these are all pretty good and definitely decent rewards, especially for just something idly there. They're basically all perks you would normally see in Destiny 1 on like a ghost shell, but now there's like 5 of them. You can have them all running at the same time. So again, we still don't know exactly when a season is, what constitutes one, and how long it will be before you can have all of these perks unlocked. But when you do, it's going to be pretty cool to have all of these running at the same time. So you can basically get a bunch more loot than you should normally be getting from activities. So next up, I mentioned something really cool to show you guys. Now, this is a custom Destiny 2 themed loot box. As you can see, it's from the guys over at Nvidia, who are awesome. They took me to Gamescom this year and they said they would send me some kind of Destiny 2 loot box, but they didn't tell me what would be in it or what to expect. So this was a complete surprise to me. I didn't know what would be inside this package. They did ask me what class I play, so as you can see, they definitely customized it to be a hunter themed one. But inside we have a bunch of stuff. So firstly, we have a GeForce GTX energy drink, which is pretty funny. You've also got one of those GeForce GTX USB sticks. These things are actually really cool. This one's 64 gigabytes and USB 3. I'm pretty sure the first time they gave these out was at E3 and then also at Gamescom. So they're quite rare. I think you only get them from events. But these are obviously themed off of their graphics cards. They look pretty much the same, but just a miniature version. There wasn't anything on this, I did check, but still a pretty cool USB. Now, here we have a metal card which says, NVIDIA GeForce GTX brings you the ultimate Destiny 2 experience. Welcome to your GTX Game Ready pack. Enjoy. So on the back, we've got a Destiny 2 PC beta code, so whoever's first to watch this video, it's your lucky day. I did go to Gamescom, and at the NVIDIA event, I got 2 of these beta code cards. So once again, first come, first served. This is why you should have notifications turned on for my videos and be first. But inside the box, we have a charger and a battery pack. Now, this might be a clue as to what the main item is inside this box. You haven't guessed it already. But this is an MSI gaming laptop with an NVIDIA graphics card inside, which I was really surprised by. I wasn't expecting them to send me a gaming laptop, and actually a really powerful one at that. Now, the reason this is extra cool is because this is the same model as my actual gaming laptop that I always use for the past couple of years for traveling and gaming when I'm not on my PC. It's an MSI GS60, a very old model of this exact laptop. So this is a direct upgrade in the latest model, and this is the new one. It's called the GS63 VR. So inside it's got a processor of the i7-7700, you've got the NVIDIA GTX 1070 for a graphics card, it's got 16GB of RAM, a 500GB M2 SSD for the boot drive. If you're into PCs, you'll know M2 is very good. It's also got a 1TB hard drive. Now, my favorite thing about this is that the screen is 120Hz refresh rate, so I can see up to 120 FPS on this thing. So again, an upgrade of my old one, which was 60. I'm not lying, this laptop is genuinely miles better than my own main PC that I use every day for editing. So I do need to get a new one, but this thing is crazy high specs. And I'm definitely going to be playing the Destiny 2 beta on this thing. I'm pretty sure you can play on max settings and still get probably over 100 FPS, but I'll try it out. But I'm genuinely so surprised about this, to be honest. I was not expecting to get a gaming laptop like this one especially. And again, they didn't ask me about this, didn't tell me what to expect. I love how it's literally the exact same model of my old laptop, but the new version, which is much better. So this is 100% going to be my new main laptop that I take everywhere for videos and playing PC games. But like I said, NVIDIA kindly flew me out to Gamescom. They had this event with a bunch of games running on their systems. I played the inverted Spire Strike on a GTX 1080 Ti. They had like crazy powerful systems with the new Razer peripherals. And at the NVIDIA event, Deej was also there talking about the PC. There was like a press conference. I don't think it was recorded or streamed, but Deej was up on stage at this event talking about the PC version of Destiny 2, how it has an FOV slider, it's going to have HDR, which is pretty cool. It supports multiple NVIDIA graphics cards, so SLI, and there's also going to be a game-ready driver for launch. They said there's going to be text chat and whispers and voice chat as well, and they previewed the in-game text chat. And then the final thing they mentioned was the 1080 Ti bundle, where you buy a graphics card and get a free copy of Destiny 2. So a lot of interesting PC news that came out of this event. Is basically like a mini press conference for the PC version of Destiny 2. And then after, like I said, we got to play the inverted Spire Strike on PC, which is really, really cool. Now, something else I wanted to say was a huge thank you to you guys for all your support on this channel. We just today passed 700,000 subscribers and over 135 million views. So all the love of my content has been just amazing. Videos are constantly getting more likes than the last one. There's always so many nice comments of you guys enjoying the videos, which I really do appreciate. Everyone with notifications on that always likes the video within 10 seconds of me pressing public. I don't know how you're so quick, but you guys are awesome. Also, you're the reason why I get to do so many cool things and go to events every year, and companies like Nvidia send me crazy stuff like this. But yeah, we're going to have so much awesome content for Destiny 2, of course, on my channel in just less than 2 weeks. But yeah, once again, a huge thank you to you guys. I genuinely really appreciate it. If you want to watch a video about 10 new exotics I recently found in Destiny 2, then you can click the thumbnail on screen right now. A like on the video before you go would be much appreciated, and I'll see you guys next one.